My dear students, how are you? Expecting you are very well at your home and hope you are very much safe and sound and you are passing your days with enjoyment. Don't be frustrated. Always think in your mind that life is beautiful and this scenario will not prevail always. We will get the light again. Life will be refreshed, life will be green, and we will again meet with each other. This is our second online class, and our today's topic is about post modifiers. You know, in my previous class, I started the discussion modifiers, and in the first online class I discussed pre-modifiers and its all abouts. And in this class you will get the total scenario of post modifiers. Before going to the discussion, let me introduce myself to you. I am Muhammad Mahmoud Hassan, lecturer in English, Rani Bhavani Government Women's College, Natur. What will be our learning outcomes today? By the end of the lesson, we will learn the post modifiers and its examples. Post modifiers and its examples. Dear students, in our previous class, I told you what is modifiers. Modifiers just modify. It adds the information, it adds the beauty, it makes the perfection. It is not the part and parcel of a sentence. If you deduct or delete the pre-modifier or post-modifier, the main sentence, there will be no problem of it. There will be no hamper of it. So, pre-modifier and post-modifier, both the modifiers add the beauty or add the perfection. These are not the part and parcel or obligatory part of sentence. Dear students, the words which function as post modifiers are as follows: phrases, appositives, adverbs, adjectives, participles, infinitives, and clause. All these function as post modifiers. Post modifiers always come after the noun and it adds more information, extra information. And post modifiers are not the part and parcel of that particular sentence. Keep it in your mind always. Phrases as post modifiers. Before going to show examples, you know, phrase is a group of words, and the group of words all together function as a noun or adverb or adjectives. Likewise, we name that noun phrase, adverb phrase, adjective phrase. So here, as a post modifier, how phrase function. Prepositional phrase, examples is given here. The book on the table is informative. A beggar with one eye is asking for arms. My dear students, on the table with one eye, both these are prepositional phrase and they come after the noun. Here in this sentence, the book is a noun, a beggar is noun, and both the prepositional phrase come after the book and the beggar. And look, prepositional phrase starts with a preposition. On the table, on is a preposition, with one eye, with is a preposition. So the structure of prepositional phrase is like this: preposition plus noun or noun phrase. Preposition plus noun or noun phrase. Here on the table with one eye are functioning as prepositional phrase. Both these are adding the information. If we delete it, the book is informative, a beggar is asking for alms, both are correct sentences. So on the table with one eye, these are the more information. It adds the information, it adds the beauty of the sentence. The next one, appositives as opposed modifiers. You know what is appositives? Appositive can be a noun or noun group, noun phrase. A single noun or noun group, both can be appositive. How to identify an appositive? Appositive, if an appositive is within the sentence, then we put comma at the start and the end of appositive. At the start and end of the appositive. But if an appositive starts the sentence or at the end of the sentence, then we will put just a single comma before starting appositive, and this is about if it comes at the end. We will just put a single comma at the start of the appositive. Here are some examples. Mr. Anwar, a doctor and frontline fighter, is fighting against COVID-19 for the mass people. Mr. Rabbani, headmaster of X school, is a man of principles. Both are appositive and they are additional information. If we say Mr. Anwar is fighting against COVID-19 for the mass people, or Mr. Rabbani is a man of principles, both are correct sentences. So a doctor and frontline fighter, it modifies as Mr. Anwar. Headmaster of X school, it modifies as Mr. Rabbani. It adds the information. And both this, a doctor and frontline fighter, headmaster of schools, are used as appositives, and they are post modifiers undoubtedly because they come after noun. Mr. Anwar is a noun, Mr. Rabbani is a noun. I think you have understood it. Our next post modifier is adverbs, and how adverbs function as post modifier we will see here. Examples are likewise, the passage above is easy to understand. The questions below should be answered quickly. The house opposite is beautiful. The man there is eating a banana. Above, below, opposite, there, all are adverbs, and they come after noun, passage, question, house, man. So they come after the noun, they stand after the noun, they are post modifiers, and they are adding information. We can say the passage is easy to understand. We can say the question should be answered quickly. We can say the house is beautiful. The man is eating a banana. All these are correct sentences. But all these adverbs adds the information, adds the beauty of the sentences. Especially adverbs of place, adverbial of place are used here as post modifiers. Adjectives as post modifiers. There is something abnormal in his behavior. I don't find anything wrong in the papers. Here, underlined words are adjectives and they come after something, anything. Both are noun, and abnormal, wrong are adjectives. They are functioning here as adjectives and post modifiers, and both abnormal and wrong are adding the information, more information about something and anything. Participles as post modifiers. Here, present participles and past participles we will discuss. In the first examples, the baby sleeping on the lap is healthy. The man walking along the road is old. You know the structure of present participle, verb ing, sleeping, walking, verb ing with prepositional phrase. It sleeping on the lap, walking along the road. Both the participles come after the noun, the baby, the man, and they add the information. We can say the baby is healthy, the man is old. So sleeping on the lap, walking along the road, these are additional information. Dear students, in will not be here, on will be the correct one. Examples of past participles. The world stricken by COVID-19 will regain its light again. The passengers injured in an accident are in hospital. Here, stricken by COVID-19 and injured in an accident, both are past participles. Stricken, injured. So, you can easily understand the world will regain its light again. The passengers are in hospital, both are correct sentences. But when stricken by COVID-19 or injured in an accident, we add, it adds more information about the noun, and they are used as the post modifiers. Now we will see how infinitives works as post modifiers. I have an essay to write tomorrow. The prisoner's attempt to escape failed. I took a determination to do well in the ACS exams. Here, underlined words are infinitives. You know the structure of infinitives. We determine or we clarify it like 2 plus basic form of verb or present form of verb, or a symbol V1, present form of verb. To write, to escape, to do, all three are coming after essay, attempt, determination, essay, attempt, determination, or a noun, and they come after noun and they add more information. So infinitives are used here as post modifiers. I think you have understood it. Clauses as post modifiers. Before going to show you examples, I must say what is clause. Clause is a group of words, and in a clause you will get a subject and a predicate. You will always see a subject and a predicate. The boy who lost his pen is very poor. The doctor suggested the patients who were recovering quickly. Who lost his pen is a clause. In this clause, who is subject of this clause, and lost his pen is a predicate. And in the second sentence, who are recovering quickly, it's a clause. Who is subject and are recovering quickly is predicate. Both the clause come after the noun. In the first sentence, the boy, and in the second sentence, the patients. They are adding more information about the noun, the boy, and the patients. So clauses are used here as post modifiers. And the clause I have showed you here is relative clause. This was our second online class, and for listening patiently, I thank you all. And my advice to all of you, my dear students, please stay home, stay safe. Always keep this in your mind that life is more beautiful. Keep studying and keep watching our next classes.